Hey guys, it's Kirby the Bookish Nurse. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go over the Medieval A Thon TBR. So I'm sure some of y'all have seen, there's another booktuber called Holly Hart's Books. I'll link her channel down below. But she puts out every year a Medieval A Thon. And it's really cool. There's two sections to it. The first one is just like your rank. So you start out as a prisoner and then you go up according to how many books you rank up to Emperor or Empress. I think it's 7 is the top. But anyway, so and then if you finish those 7 books, you can start over and start making your companion, or that's how I interpreted it. Beyond that, there are occupations you can have. I chose, I'm not going to go over all of them, but I will link her announcement video below so you can see all of them. It's really cool. And there's also a Discord server where you can talk to each other. Like you can talk to people who are also in the readathon. I chose to go for baker, and I'll put it on the screen what all I'm going to do for that. But there's 5 prompts for each occupation. So as a baker, you start out as a miller. That's the person that mills the flour all day. The reading prompt for that is read a book that is chosen for you. For that, I let my best friend just pick a book randomly that she really enjoyed this year that she thinks I might like, and she picked Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. This is a closed circle mystery. I don't know a whole lot about it because, I didn't pick it. I don't know a whole lot about it. But it's a closed circle mystery where this group of people goes to an island, somebody dies, and they're trying to figure out who done it. It's closed circle. I think that I probably will get into that. The second level to this occupation is a dough kneader. The prompt for this is to read a debut novel. For this, I'm going to pick Amari and the Night Brothers. This has been on my TBR for a very long time. It's a middle grade story about, it's by B.B. Austin. It's a middle grade story about a girl whose brother goes missing and nobody really knows why. Nobody knows what happened to him and nobody's talking about it. So, of course, she's upset because her big brother went missing, and then she gets an invitation to work for, or to, I guess, audition for the Bureau of Supernatural Investigation team. I don't know, something along those lines. And she goes and applies for that, or like auditions, I guess, for that. All of the kids get assigned a talent. Well, whatever hers is, it's illegal. So they already don't trust her. Like the organization doesn't trust her. And she's trying to figure out what happened to her brother. And I've heard nothing but great glowing reviews for this series. So I'm excited to get into that one. The third prompt for this occupation is bread maker. The prompt for that is a book with brown on the cover. And I didn't realize how difficult that would be because it looks like I have things with brown on the cover all over the place. But they're all things that I just don't feel like reading, or I haven't felt like reading yet, or it's not actually brown. It's like orange and stuff. Anyway, I ended up picking a novella, the first novella in the Wayward Children's series called Every Heart a Doorway. And this sounds really interesting to me. I've heard a couple people talk about it, but not really that many, not as many as I would think. This is about a group of kids that have went through portals. So like the kids that went to Narnia, or the kids that went wherever, Alice in Wonderland, they go through a portal to another place, do whatever they do there, and come back. This is about after they come back. So there's 2 schools they can go to. There's one that's like, yes, this happened to you, and we're going to give you coping skills, and we're going to help you deal with the aftermath. And then the other one is basically just like, no, that didn't happen, and you're crazy. Something is off. That's not okay. I think they're all pretty short. I think the first one's like 190 pages or something like that. So perfect for a readathon. The fourth prompt in this occupation, you become a baker of all trades. And for that prompt, you read a book from a genre that you don't normally read. Well, I read most genres fairly regularly. So I picked a nonfiction book, which is also a book that I'm reading for the Global Nurses Readathon that I'm doing with Alhana. I'll also list the Discord server for that in the description box below. But it's a nonfiction called The Year of the Nurse by Cassandra Alexander. And that follows a nurse through, I think through 2020. But basically from the beginning of the pandemic, where we were all just like, oh, what is this? This is kind of scary, to the height of the pandemic, which was brutal. If any of y'all worked in hospitals, y'all know it was worse than the public even realizes, generally speaking. But yeah, it's her story going through that time frame. And then the fifth and final prompt for that is to be the royal chef, so I can be the empress and cook for myself. And this is to read a book from an author that you admire. And this one gave me trouble because I don't really usually admire authors per se. Like, I recognize that there are people that have really cool jobs. So I had to really think about it. But I ended up choosing a book from Frederick Bachman, mostly just because I've never read anything of his that I did not fall in love with and sob hysterically while reading, and also usually laugh really hard. I'm going to read My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. This story follows, I think, Elsa, which is a 7-year-old girl who her grandmother is her very best friend, which is often the case. Like I said, they're best friends. They're very close. Her grandmother passes away, and Elsa finds letters to all the people that her grandmother has wronged in the past. From what I'm understanding, she takes these letters and goes to the people that they're written to, and I guess learns more about who her grandmother was outside of, that's my grandma, like just as a person. And I think I'm probably going to cry the entire time. I'm already prepared. If I'm able to complete those 5 and can move on to the companion portion of what I'm planning, I want my best friend to be a blacksmith. So I'm going to bake all of the delectable tasties, and I'm also going to have a friend who can make me weapons so that I don't have to worry about anything. I can protect myself. Of course, I also would probably need a trainer, but that's a different thing, I think. Anyways, so the 5 books that I have picked for the blacksmith prompt is, the first level is to be an apprentice. Read a book with gold, silver, or bronze in the title or on the cover. For this, I picked Dividing Eden. I have no idea what it's about. It's about twin boys, I guess, vying for the throne. I don't know, but it's been on my TBR for a really long time, and I'm going to use this to try to clear out some of my TBR. I know that whenever I read the back of it, whatever it was about at the time, I was very interested in it. So here we go. Level 2 is the tool maker. So a book you're afraid to read. For this one, I chose The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. I read The Poppy War last year, and it was emotional for me. It was very brutal. It did not shy away from telling you exactly what the atrocities of war look like. And it's all based in real history. I've been afraid to pick up the second book ever since, just because it was so impactful reading the first one. But it was also very good, very, very well written. I have no doubt that the second one is going to be the same as far as quality. I'm still nervous about it. Anyway, the third level of this, my friend's occupation, is to be a weaponsmith. I really want to get to at least this level for them, because if they can just make me trinkets, then I could have bought that at the market while I'm selling my delicious bread. But to be a weaponsmith, read a book with a weapon on the cover. For this, I chose No Good Deed by Kara Connolly. I have never heard anyone talk about this book at all. I picked it up while I was on vacation last November with my mom. Mostly just because it looked really cool. I've still never heard anybody talk about it. So I don't know if that's a good indication or if the industry just decided it wasn't worth talking about. This book is about an Olympic contestant that on her way to the Olympics takes a wrong turn somewhere and falls through a portal into what is essentially Nottingham. And so she's trying to get back, but while she's there, she has the while in Rome mentality and kind of falls into the Robin Hood role. And I'm not sure what takes place, but something happens that it says if she makes one choice, it'll ruin the lives of the people there. But if she makes the other choice, which is probably just to go home, it's probably to go home or stay. But if she chooses one, it's going to ruin her future. If she chooses the other, it's going to ruin the future of all the people in this world that she's fallen into. I'm sure there's much more to it than that. I just don't know what it is. But we'll see, because I really want my friend to be a weaponsmith, at least. Fourth prompt for this one is an armor smith, which also feels very important when it comes to being able to protect myself. The prompt for this one is just to read a hardcover. I chose, because of all the other heavy books that I have on this TBR, I chose a very fluffy middle grade book called Furthermore by Tahara Mafi. I have absolutely no idea what this is about, or if it's in our world, or if it's in another world, or a world within the world. I don't know anything about it, but the cover is beautiful, and Tahara Mafi she's wonderful. And I really haven't heard anybody talk about it, I don't think. Maybe once or twice a long time ago. But Furthermore. But I do have a hard copy of it. And I'm assuming it's going to be a light-hearted read after the Dragon Republic kills me. The final level that I'm planning to finish is to be a master blacksmith. This would be the goal, to have my crew be masters of everything. I need a master blacksmith on my team. And the prompt for that one is a series finale. For this, I don't think I'm on the finale of any of the series that I'm in. I might be, but I don't think I am. So the one from prompt 1, Dividing Eden, is a duology. So hopefully I really like it, and I'll just use Eden Conquered, which is technically the finale of that series. It's a duology. I'll just use that for that prompt, because I think that's going to be the only one that I'm close to finishing. And once again, I don't know what the first one's about, so obviously I don't know what the second one's about. I'm assuming either one of the twins defeats the other, or they get together and defeat the person responsible for trying to divide them. That's my guess. So that's everything that I have on my TBR for the Medieval Athon Readathon this year. It's going to take place, I believe, from May 1st to the last day of May, the 30th or 31st. If y'all are also taking part in this competition, drop a comment below so that I can go check out your videos. And if you have read, or if you want to read any of the books that are listed on this TBR, let me know that as well, and let me know what y'all thought about them whenever y'all read them. I will hopefully have time to be over on the Discord, which I'm going to link in the description box below if I'm able to. If I'm not over a Discord, I don't know if I can link it. If I can, I will. But it's Holly Hart's Books Discord server. She just has like a channel for the readathon. If nothing else, I'll I'll for sure have her announcement video linked below, and she'll have the Discord server link. That felt way more complicated than it needed to be. Anyways, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all soon with a new video. Bye.